Welcome everybody to Legends, Lies, and Liberty. We're on episode number 11, and it's been 6 weeks, I think, since our last episode. And probably 2 months ago, we did Turkey Talks, and I had Jordan Watts with me then, and thankful to have him here again tonight. And I've got Jacob Shambley with us too. He's a big turkey killer. I don't know how long he's been turkey killing, but I know this year he's been pick him up, put him down.
Still going after him.
And so we were going to do a end of season turkey recap, but I think he's still going to do some traveling, and we'll let him talk about that. But this is this episode. I'm gonna start trying to have some sponsors. They ain't paying me nothing, but it's friendly sponsors. Sweet Home Custom Calls is our sponsor on this episode, and he's got calls and hats. And Jordan Watts is the owner of that right here to my left. And I guess we go ahead and start this episode off with a laugh because I'm an idiot. But they said Jacob was nervous, and I told him I was too because it's been so long since I've done the episode. But heck, I thought I was kidding, but I guess I'm not. But I know. Have you killed all four of your Alabama birds, right? You killed all four of your Alabama birds. I got a long ways to go. I killed 3 out of 4.
You got close.
And I tell everybody I killed 2.5 because one of them had beard rot. Y'all believe that?
No, I don't believe it.
So, trying to get that out of the way.
I would advise you. I'd get it off my chest.
So, it was emotional. It was opening day, and me and Booger, who's supposed to be our fourth guy tonight, he's sick. Shout out to the bug for his bronchitis or whatever he got going on over there. But me and him had been hunting, and we ended up getting on something basically right there at the truck almost. All that walking we do, and then they're at the truck. But had one goblin and hit ain't struts ever. This was after lunch, I think, right around lunch. And we'd split up. I was probably 50 yards from him, and we were probably, I don't know. I was really ready to go. Like my whole right side was numb, and I'd give up. I'm like, I'm ready to go. And he's like, no, they're right there. And I'm like, no, they ain't, because I can see right there, and I don't see nothing.
So they was gobbling and you was ready to go home?
Well, it'd been a while.
Oh, okay.
That was like every 30 minutes would hit that something. Just, I don't think it was even calls. I think that was a goblin. And finally, I said, okay. And I started listening, and sure enough, I seen a hen come running. She wasn't running, but she was at a quick pace. And there's an old bird chasing it. I thought he was old. He's half kind of, he wasn't strutting, but he was, had his wings out and, trying to keep up with her. And I said, all right, there he is. And I just freaking rolled him.
You seen the red head, didn't you?
I did. I knew. I said, that's him. And when I shot, the other 2 started gobbling. And there they was over here. I was like, I knew it. I ain't even seen my bird yet, but I'm like, shot the wrong one. This ain't good. And I sat back down hoping we might get them to come on in, and then they took probably 10 minutes. They went back over the hill, and I went down there, and I can almost hold my phone up, and this body was gone. And I was like, dang it, I don't even want to look at it. He said, why? I said, I just don't think I'm going to be proud of it. And he said, just hurry up. And I said, it's fan. He ain't even got one. And sure enough, he had a 3-inch beard, 3-inch beard. And I got him, brought him back, and told everybody he had beard rot. And the worst, most humiliating part of the whole hunt was I'm teaching my daughter, who she's 8, but she's been on a few hunts this year. She watches a lot of turkey hunting, and I throwed it out in the yard out here, and she said, where's the spurs? That was the first question she said. Where's the spurs? Like, she wasn't trying to be insulting. She was really, like, confused. And I was like, shut up, go back in the house. And she's like, what? I was like, nothing. So, anyways,
You could have just told her he just didn't have none.
once they get so old, they rub off.
I mean, I've killed him before with no spurs.
Well,
and they didn't have no beard rot.
They didn't have no beard rot. They just mine didn't have a beard rot neither. But anyways, the worst part is I plucked that huge beard and left it sitting out here on this reel, and I guess we're inside a shop out here for those who don't know. But I guess a rat or something come up and just eat the meat part, and now this got strands everywhere. And then I redone that. Did I show you that huge decoy I had from like 2007?
Yeah, that carry light.
Yeah, well, I cut it in half this year after we talked, and gonna kind of make it just a little more easier. And then I fixed it where I could, put a fan back in it. And I used that Jake's fan. And when I killed that big one, I got so excited I freaking left my decoy out there. And when I went back to get it, I found the decoy and it had been drug off, but someone ate the fan out of it. So I've got very few memories of old beard rot to tell or show about, I guess.
But they're still up here.
They're up here. I didn't take a single picture of me trying to fan it out or nothing. Like I took that short little video of me apologizing to the real turkey hunter and didn't even. His head was in the scene for like 0.2 seconds. And then I took a picture of it laying on the ground before I realized just how big it wasn't. And that's all I have of it. But,
that rest still ain't good.
Done a lot of trial and error on cooking turkeys this year. And we did cook him, but I overcooked him. I deep fried him.
Yeah.
Freaking dude showed up to buy a truck and I was every which way trying to fry turkeys and sell trucks. But I
don't work out good.
It don't work out. He was pretty tough. We ate as much as we could, but I could probably throw it to that wall right there. But another one, the third one I killed, I'm ready to cook more turkeys. We just fried it. We fried it in the skillet, and it was top notch.
That was a good bird too.
That was a good bird. Brandon thought I was losing my mind, which I hunted. You started off with me that day. And then I went back to the field, close to that field, and then I walked the whole back square. And then just everywhere else I was trying to walk, some of them other little fainted off fields and places. And then basically get back to my truck. And I done made it in my mind. I said, if he gobbles twice, I'm going to kill him. Or I'm going to screw up. That's where I'm at. I'm either going to kill it or I'm going to overstep. But I didn't gobble twice. Well, I was coming back to the show, and I crossed that creek and parked it, walked over that next hill, gobbled one time. And I was like, okay. And I worked and he never gobbled again. So I was like, I'm done. Went and got in my truck, and we parked at the gate, and then usually at the end of it, we'd come up to the campsite and turn around. And I left my tailgate down and pulled up and turned in the camp right there to back the trailer up. And when I did, I didn't realize I left my tailgate down. And just bent the bed like 3 more times. Or the tailgate, I'm sorry. And I got out and saw it, and I had to move the truck because it was still in the jack of the trailer. Like I couldn't close it. And took a picture. At 12:41, I had a picture. I sent it to Brandy. I said, I hate myself right now. That's what I sent her and included that picture. And still had to walk back to the creek to get the fast buggy. And on my walk back, I took my shotgun and which is the black, which one was that called? Oh, goodness. It's 2 years ago, I think. I sent you a picture of it and you can tell me what it was. But anyways, I took that mouth call and honestly, I took the decoy, the mouth call, and my shotgun. No vest, no gloves, no mask, and walked back to the mill, valuable buggy, whatever it was, and that son goat started gobbling. And I was like, "Are you kidding?" Peer pressure, yeah. Peer pressure is my favorite right now. I don't even think I'm open there yet because I just found out peer pressure was working. But he started gobbling and he gobbled again, and he worked me hard, but he was telling like I shot him at 30 yards, and what sucked is I did have to stand up because of all that all the brush was waist high right through there, and I was like, man, I gotta try to find somewhere to at least be able to have some to be able to see it. I know it's close, I just still can't see it. So I found two pine trees that was about that far apart, and I stood up behind them. And I looked, and every time I looked one way, he didn't see me. But when I needed him to be looking this way, he would go this way. And I don't know. And I yipped at him pretty hard, and he stepped the right way, and I shot him. And at 30, right at 30 yards, and I was stoked, and I called my wife and FaceTimed her. I think she was visiting her parents or whatever, and they was shopping. They was in the Mason jar, and she's FaceTiming me, and they're shopping. She's with her mom and her grandma, and I was like, oh my god. And I'm breathing hard because I walked for 20 miles and I'm out of water, and I ran over my last bottle of water. I went to move the mule. I wasn't the mule, not the bad boy that day. And when I pressed the gas, went to put it in the cup holder, and I missed, and it literally slid out the side of the door, and I ran over it. I was like, are you kidding me? That was my last water. And it was 12:41 is when I bent my tailgate, and 1:04 is when I killed the turkey. And she's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I've walked 27 miles. I've cussed a lot. I've cried a lot. I've prayed a lot. I killed the biggest turkey. I probably will never kill. I said, he's got spurs like I've never seen personally in my life before. His beard, I don't even know how big it is. And she's like, are you okay? She thought I was on drugs for a minute. I don't know. She thought I was smoking dragon tobacco or something.
Having a heart attack.
Yeah. And I was like, there's just a lot of emotions going on. I did it in my tailgate 20 minutes ago. I'm pretty pissed still about that, but I was on cloud nine for killing this bird. And she's like, well, as long as you're okay, I'm sure everybody in the mason jar trying to figure out what's wrong with this lady's husband and stuff. But anyways, I made it back, and I've been following Brent Mashburn, so I think he's from West End. Do y'all know him?
Yeah.
And I've been seeing where he's putting his turkeys up front and riding them with the seatbelt line on. I told him one of them, my second turkey, I told him in the back seat. But I named this one Henry Vanderdick, and my mom's like, why did you name him that? I said, because he works me way too hard, so I have to make sure the people knew he was a little bit of a turd right there. So I put him up front since he's my biggest one, and let everybody know that he, since he's my top bird, he could ride up front in the AC on the way home. But my old girl's like, Dad, he bled right there on the console. I was like, let's let her, and it wipes up good.
Turkey blood's good.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out good, but it was fun. It was, dude, I had like 17 blisters on my toes from walking that day, but it definitely was everything you could want.
You had that mossy oak on too, did you?
Yeah, first time wearing mossy oak. Yeah, I was 100%. I wore it one more time, and I thought I was going to get my lemon and keep mossy oak 100%, but it did go down to 50%. But all my other camouflage is probably at like 0.8%. So, I do need to. Speaking of, y'all know, like, it's all on sale right now. All turkeys. And Brandy was talking yesterday. She went to Farm Town. She's like, my front porch is covered in flowers right now. We don't even have pots to plant them in. She said that lady, every time I would pick one up, she's like, oh, okay, how much? And then she'd be, all right, well, I'll send it to you for this. She said she was just cutting all the prices in half. I said, that's fine. I said, because guess what else's prices are cut in half right now? She said, what? I said, everything on the turkey clothing line right now,
right,
from head to toes, buy one, get one. And she said, I'll take them back. I said, no, it don't work out. I'm getting all kinds of stuff.
That's right.
So I told her I'm also going to buy a shelf closet thing to put out here. and it's gonna have some work clothes and some raincoats, but it's also gonna have my whole turkey hunting closet in it. So, and you know that should make her happy, right? It's not in the house.
Not in the house.
You don't want all that in the house.
That's
you know?
right.
So, but anyway,
keep mine in the garage.
You keep yours. You got that nice rackety truck. Just 37 outfits back there. Oh, you can tell this man's a Mossio pro staffer. I mean, he's got.
I just like camouflage. I got it on right now.
I was going to wear some over here, and I couldn't. The shirt I wanted, the one with Bigfoot carrying the turkey, I couldn't find. I found Everly's, but it's just a little small.
I'm sure it was.
And anyways, I knew I was getting a freaking sweet new hat today, so I got a little bit of camouflage.
It looks good on you.
Does it? You know, it fits good.
That bottom land is looking good on you.
Well,
I think it's natural for you.
It's natural for me. You know, somebody told me today that I had a old plane face.
Old plane face.
Old plane. You know, everybody seems to remember my face. Like I don't. Somebody shook my hand yesterday at the ballpark. No idea who it is. So, hey man, what's up? And I'm like,
maybe he's listening.
And maybe, and she said,
you might call him, yeah.
Maybe, you know, hey, I'm sorry, but she said this was her words. This lady a while ago at the birthday party. You have a very familiar face. I said, okay, so it's just an old plain face. She said, I said familiar. I said, okay, whatever. I heard what I heard, you know. So,
just run the mill.
Just a normal ugly face that everybody. It's just hard to forget.
Yeah.
I guess I always heard people on the radio were ugly because people in the movies, you know, were on TV.
Well, we're on video.
We are on video, so it's kind of 50-50.
We gotta have a look halfway decent.
I did trim up my neck this morning, you know. I knew this not because I went to church, but because the podcast was going on, you know. Okay. But anyway, who wants to go first after me?
I had a pretty good season. I mean, tagged out. We had some good youth hunts.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that too after a while.
Go with y'all Saturday and Sunday.
That was fun. And the Sunday was fun.
The Sunday was fun. The Saturday was fun. I think y'all was late for y'all's ball games.
Well, I missed opening ceremonies.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I missed opening.
I had opening ceremonies the next weekend.
Yes, I missed my opening ceremonies and it showed up to the park in full camo.
Yeah. I did that last year on opening day. Killed a
turkey and Brandy brought everybody's
camouflage.
Well, you know, Sunday was the next day, and Brandy's like, you know, we got church. And, you know, we was back at almost at the truck, and some guy started calling. Yeah. I looked down, I was like, hey, we're going to miss Sunday school.
Matter of fact, if I remember right, Everly's the only one that heard the turkey gobble.
Was she the one that heard it?
We were kind of.
She did hear it.
We were kind of. We gotta go. We gotta go. And she
said, I heard one, and it was like, no. And those come in on a string. I mean, and that Saturday we had on the tripod, and they come. We needed them to come this way. They crossed the road and literally 20 yards, just right beside us, and we just had to watch them. And I think it was the same birds.
Speaking of, we are taking up donations for Tyler to put a red dot on Everly's gun.
Yeah, donation. And
a new turkey chair and a smaller tripod, if anybody's willing to donate.
She's also, if y'all listen to the first Turkey Talk episode, I mentioned that me and Dansby had matching shotguns. And the cheap youth gun that's back there on the couch is not good enough for her now. So I have to get donations for a new shotgun for her as well.
I think she deserves one.
Oh yeah, she's she's got to have something like an M2 since that's what we got, right?
Yeah. I mean at least a Rite.
A Rite, at least those Rites are nice. Which I'm gonna keep her in the 20 gauge. She does go with 20 gauge.
With the 20 gauge.
But yeah, I took her off the tripod on that second one because we was already almost back at the truck.
Well, it kind of happened really quick, too.
Yeah. And I was trying to hold the gun for her, and she was looking through the bushes, but they walked right up the Fuller Trail hadn't even been used like this year. But it was still, you could tell it was a Fuller Trail. And they walked up, and they crossed. I told her, I said, I know you're not supposed to, but She could have shot both of them at one time because their old heads made an X right there. And they both strutted right in front of her. And she, oh my goodness, she's like, Dad, I don't think I can shoot. I don't think I can shoot through there, Dad. I'm so nervous. And I said, well, it's okay. And I wanted her to be out here to tell this on her, I'd like for her to tell her how she felt. But she said, I'm so nervous. I said, just pull the trigger. She said, I don't know if I can. I said, we're real close to being lined up. I said, just pull the trigger. Just, I can't do it, Dad. So I said, all right. When they turned and walked off, it was over. But
The whole hen took them away. She walked in right.
Several hens took us this year.
Right behind them and
walked off with.
All they had to do was see her.
Yep. I had a coyote come up right there on me too with Tim this year, and I guess he got wind of me. He didn't see me, but he was about to step up in a place he didn't need to step up in, and the only thing I can think of was he winded me because he just, it's like you walked into an invisible wall. He's walking, and just turned and walked right back down the hill, and I was like, okay, you lucky thing. And speaking of coyotes, I think somebody over here was playing to see who could get close to a bobcat.
Oh yeah, I think I seen that video.
How close? You went viral on that.
It's probably about from here to that corner right there. I was sitting there, I'll be honest, I hadn't heard a turkey in a while, so I was sitting there on my phone. Well, I just had called about 5 minutes ago, nothing called. Sitting there on my phone, legs crossed, like a little video. I catch something in the corner of my eye, I'm like, God, here he comes. And I'm not really. I thought it was I just caught a glimpse of moving. I thought it was a turkey coming up the road. So I keep cutting that way, and I saw it was a bobcat. He just walked right over to me. You see him.
Oh, he walked right to
I was
me.
trying to figure out what I was.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever figured out what I was, but he figured out I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, I learned something because of your video. There's a season limit on bobcats in Georgia.
Yeah, there's
I knew a lot of people was calling you out, and I didn't call you out, but I was wondering why didn't he just scatter that cat right there, because it was in your teeth. But then I read the comments and I was like, all right, I didn't know that was
I didn't know it either.
A season of predators. Is it all predators or just bobcats?
Probably all. I mean, I would imagine there was a season on bobcats when wouldn't have them coyotes too.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
Don't make no sense. I almost called my neighbor right here yesterday, Friday. I was driving up and everybody's cutting hay, and coyote just standing here in the field. And it's almost one of those things where, right around here, you can almost just pull over and shoot. It don't matter who, everybody knows coyote's gone. But he got lucky twice. Number one, I took all my guns out of my truck, and that was the main reason. And number two, I was like, if I turn around, I know Ron ain't gonna care, but is he still gonna be there if I turn around and go get my gun? But anyways, I ain't gonna do it. I just had him all.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I gotta go. We gotta do some trapping because I found an egg in the road.
Busted up.
Yeah, and I'm assuming probably a raccoon or something tried to carry it off. I could be wrong. I'm learning. You do any trapping?
No, I do a lot of coyote hunting at nighttime.
Was you telling me that?
I think so.
I think you was too. So we got to work on. We'll get together on some of that.
Jacob down.
I've got a bobcat that bench presses a Buick down there, and then I've got several of your standard size bobcats, and then that one. And honestly, I've never killed a bobcat. But I'd want to kill that one. But if somebody I don't even like goes down there and kills it, I'll probably just as happy, because I think if that thing comes up on me, he's gonna win. And did you see that video where that guy got attacked? Yeah. I guess that was the only closest one that I saw that was, the bobcat got closer than he did in your video. So he said he went to the doctor, got checked out, probably a shot.
Cat scratch fever.
I probably would just, put a band-aid on it and went on. I don't know. They probably would try to give me some kind of COVID shot or something for going. But did you hunt out of state?
I went to Georgia one time, and the turkeys wasn't where they were last year. Hardly no signs or nothing. We only had a small parcel to hunt. So I did not get to kill in Georgia. I just killed before in Alabama.
Over in Alabama, and
I
you did the
usually-
Wounded Warriors, or was that
We
a
did.
success?
We killed more turkeys this year than we'd ever killed. I think we ended up with 1, 2, 5 or 6. So we had 4 guys, and they all killed 4, and one guy killed 2. So,
Nice.
yes, we killed 5. That's the best we'd ever done.
I'm sure they was all
Last year we killed 4. We moved it this year to up at Kyle Bennett has a place in Ball Play. We moved to his farm and hunted some local ground and stuff because we had a kind of busy schedule. You had to be back for ball
Right.
and stuff. But I think we're going to go back to York next year. It's a little more. You just kind of get away for a few days.
a little bit quieter down
You
there.
get to bond with the guys a little bit more, you know. And
Has he got like a camp and a house? And
they
stuff
do down there, and it's part of some of the old Bent Creek Lodge property.
Okay.
They've had it for 20 plus years. I think they built, you know, Kyle and them have the Cavco builders where they build. I gotta say this right, or he'll get on to me. Manufactured homes. They're not mobile homes. They're manufactured homes. I got in trouble this year for saying that.
Oh goodness! Yeah, we gotta keep him. We gotta stay good graces with him.
So they built a big one down there, and it's got like 8 bedrooms, a huge living room, huge kitchen, and we got a big fire pit that's you know, got a shed over it. It's really fun down there.
Okay.
And you know, that's kind of like down in York. That's like the turkey mecca of Alabama. You know, right through the Black Belt. That's where everybody cut their teeth. You know, all these old school turkey hunters from Alabama.
How long does it take to get out there?
Oh, about 3.5 hours from me. If you drive normal like I do.
You don't drive normal.
I do. I drive the speed limit, maybe 5 miles over.
Oh gosh, I couldn't drive with Jordan. He'd have to just let me drive.
Now, if you're driving, we could probably be there in 2.5.
I'll set. Well, I slowed down a little bit. I got that ticket like back last year. I was on a record. You know, I've never had one on my record. I was able to go to driving school, and I found out that if you have CDLs, you don't get the option to go to driving school. And I was like, that's, you know, we get points on our license if we get, you know. And I felt like we should be, you know, not necessarily. I thought we shouldn't be, you know, blackballed for having CDLs.
That's right.
I sure don't need no points. I've got, 3, I guess, now for speeding. I don't know how that.
How fast was you going?
15 over maybe. And I had something like my neck. I was driving and my neck started hurting. And I was trying to show Brandy as I was driving. So I'm driving like this. My neck's hurting right here. And I was the same street for her. I was like, she said, where you going? I said, we're going home for vacation. She said, where's home? I said, hey, Ronnie.
She knew where that was.
He was in Montgomery. She said, where? I said, I'm just trying to go home, lady. Well, Brandy's like, she's over there slapping me. I was like, man, you said that she's amusing me. But, well, what about Jacob? You know, he's been married 6 months and his wife's given more turkeys than he has.
Well, you know.
I mean, that's probably like the best marriage I know of.
Yeah, they ought to start their own hunting shop.
Happy life.
Yeah, I mean,
That's right.
did she turkey hunt before y'all got together?
Yeah.
She did?
Yeah, she started turkey hunting way before I did.
Before you?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you known her most of your life?
Her
No.
dad's a big turkey hunter, ain't he?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Does her dad like you?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he turkey hunt with y'all?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
He travels with y'all, don't he?
Yeah, well, he didn't really much. Well, see, her granddad died this past Thanksgiving week, so he didn't really go as much this year getting all that stuff sorted out. But usually, yeah, he goes a pretty good bit.
I don't know if Tyler's heard the story about what happened to you in Nebraska this year.
I read about it, but I wanted to tell about it. Was that the airport screw up?
All right, so we got to Birmingham. We were supposed to fly out at 6 o'clock that morning, so we got there at 4 o'clock. Let's get in time to board the plane, and they put delay on the screen. Well, we only had like 30 minutes to get on our next plane. We had a layover in Chicago. And I'm thinking, like, we gotta hurry up or we ain't gonna make it. Finally, they call us up to the desk and say, we're gonna have to move you to a different one, go into Dallas, and then
Oh my
into
goodness.
Nebraska. So I was like, well, Also, in that part, they said we wouldn't be in Nebraska till like 10 o'clock at night. And once we land, we have a 2 hour drive to get where we're going. It's not,
You can hear turkeys gobbling in your head.
Yeah. We get to Dallas, and my wife goes to the desk and gets it changed. Well, we'll be there at like 4 o'clock. So, okay, this ain't too bad. We land in Nebraska. Our luggage comes out, no guns. And I'm thinking, the one thing, I mean, I could go buy some camouflage.
Yeah.
Guns.
To me, my gun's special to me.
Yeah, me too.
And the guns was in Chicago.
Yeah.
What you said?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
We went and talked to him, and she said, well, they ended up, I guess they didn't ever take him off the first flight, and they got in Chicago. Well, we were sitting there, and I was arguing with the lady about it. She was talking about how many turkeys are there. And I said, well, it'll be kind of hard to kill one without gun.
Yeah.
So we went to the closest gun store and bought the cheapest used gun they had, Mossberg 500.
Oh, good Lord.
That
That shoulder's hurting thinking about
I know.
But 2 days later, we didn't have any luck the first 2 days. 2 days later, we did get our guns.
So y'all got to kill y'all turkeys with y'all's guns.
Yeah, we did. Luckily, because I patterned that Mossberg 500 after, and it was about 2 foot right, foot high.
I had a, let's see, my mom had, I saved up my money, and my mom bought me this, because I was 15, I guess, right before I got to that Benelli over there in the corner. I bought a Mossberg 835 Express Magnum.
That's even worse than the 500. That was my first shotgun.
And I thought, this is a turkey gun, and
Was it woodland camouflage?
maybe.
Okay.
This was wow. I was 14 or 15. And I promise you, from here, I couldn't hit that door. Like, I don't know what was all about it, but it was just.
I always thought I had a pattern once you stood up and looked at what you had shot at to see if you'd hit it, because it was going to knock you on your butt.
Well, it beat me down. I've had 2 guns that's beat me down. And one was that one, and the other was a 300 Win Mag, right? Hunting deer rifle that you could kill freaking elephants with. Don't know why I thought I needed a 300 Win Mag. The deer don't go far.
I bet.
But your shoulder does.
Yeah.
And finally, it was almost, I didn't weigh 110 pounds when I was trying to shoot these guns, And they was beating me down. And I worked at the Food Value out there in Sardis when I first turned 16. And, oh Lord, what's his name? He was an Allen. There's 2 of them with the same names. Cody Allen. One was a cowboy and one wasn't a cowboy.
Yeah.
This one wasn't a cowboy. He worked with me out there, and he traded me a gun for that gun. We did. I was supposed to be at work, so we met in the parking lot. We done our gun exchange, and it wasn't but like 5 minutes. And I walked in the door. My boss met me at the door, at the owner of the Food Value at the time, and he's like, "Come on, Tyler." And I was like, "Okay." I'm just this guy that, happy go lucky. I was like, "Let me clock in." "No, sure don't." I was like, "Okay." He goes back there and freaking chewed me out for trading guns. And he said, you're supposed to, he said, "I know the schedule says 3 o'clock. You don't get out of school till 3 o'clock, but as soon as you get here, I need you in here right there. We got stuff." And I was like, you know what? I don't think I should have been getting this chewing while I'm not being paid right now. If I was going to get chewed out, I should at least be getting paid for it. But I'll tell you what, I didn't stay long after that. Maybe another month. And honestly, I think I quit because deer season rolled around. I started both seasons to come in. I was like, he's like, "Why are you quitting?" "Got to go hunting, man." And he's like, "What?" "I'm going hunting. I'm not. I work in the summer, save my money, and spend it all during deer hunting season."
There you go.
And I wish I could still do that.
Be nice with it.
Oh gosh. What all states have you been in this year?
Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, and Nebraska.
And you're going to Michigan. Is that the last place?
Yeah.
Is your heart a little sad because it's going to be over after that?
I'm trying to think about it too much.
When are you going to Michigan?
It's next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
How long are you going to be on a week?
Just a Wednesday.
It goes out at the end of the month.
Are you hunting public on these places, or do you got to?
Nebraska and Michigan both just paid a trespass fee. I went to Colorado last year in public.
Got beat down?
Yeah.
Did you kill one?
Yeah.
Well, Georgia hunt, I mean, I didn't, just from the pictures that you posted, that looked like a freaking sweet little hunt you went on.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was far enough south, and the fields were just, it was like walking on the beach. It was just sand.
It was, what's that?
Yeah, I don't think he knows it yet, but I'm going with him.
Are you going with him next year?
I don't know if he knows it yet or not. But
That's why you drove him over here tonight.
Yeah.
Look, hey, you remember you got to drive me somewhere. I mean, I ain't gonna tell you where, but since how you rode with
I
me,
mean, I'll drive if he wants to. I mean, I don't care to drive.
he don't want to go that slow.
He just don't know it yet. But I'm
Well,
with him.
you know, I'm just hoping that I can just keep watching his freaking stories on Facebook. I don't know how I feel about his wife killing at 37 though, and me just over here struggling to get 3.
I know.
Where's she from?
Killer.
Oh, you look at me.
Okay, so she's local, but where does she do most of her hunting at before you?
Her and Dad's in Club and Holden. And
Okay.
there used to be a few right there behind their house, not really anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a few still are around kind of that
Yeah,
way,
there's still
but I mean,
some, but they're
hard to hunt them.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting some close here.
You know, talk about wives. You know, when me and my wife started dating, she had went deer hunting with her papa when she was a little girl, and we started dating. And I think she realized how much I loved to hunt, and so she started going with me. And the first year she hunted, she killed 2 8-point bucks.
Oh my goodness!
And then she just quit. She's not.
That's all
She's
she
been back.
needed.
She's been back like twice since then.
Let me tell you when somebody asked me one time. They said, "How did you know she was the one?" And I said, "Well, we were dating. We come off of Warrior Valley Road right there, where it comes into 132, and there was 3 does standing on the side of the road before you get to the bridge." I said, "You want to shoot one?" She said, "Yeah." I wish we didn't. We didn't do nothing. But I was like, God, all right then. So, but she has killed a deer with me. She's only killed 1, but it was with me. And then she asked me this year. You know, we got Dansby that's 9 months old, and everybody's 8. She said, "I mean, why don't you take me turkey hunting? Who's gonna hold on to him?
Yeah.
I mean, I can take you, but I mean." And she's like, "Well, your mom probably will." I'm like, I mean, she definitely would. But getting her, I mean, when I tell her I want her over here at 3:30 in the morning, because we're leaving and we got to get there.
Well, I don't know about that. You know, I think opening morning of the youth hunt, I waited on you for about 30 minutes.
Did I oversleep?
I called and woke you up, Tyler. Opening morning of the youth turkey season. I pull up there and a light on.
He was up
there.
this man at 2:30.
This man is still asleep.
Well, Adam, did you see Adam, my friend, this year? Did we ever all get together one time? No. Well, his son plays travel ball. His daughters both play ball. I mean, so he only had to hunt like, he took off during the week and don't like it hunt a few times. I think he only went 3 or 4 times total. I would be devastated.
Oh yeah.
But he says, let's be here at whatever time. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm calling. I text him first. You know, when I drop off the mountain, I text him. He lives in San
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I get on into Collinsville. Nothing. I call him. Nothing. And I'm like, I know I'm going to his house, but how weird is it for me to like be banging on his door? You know, like his whole family's asleep. I mean, back in the day when we were growing up or whatever, it wasn't that big of a deal. But, you know, you got 3 kids that's not real old, you know, from like 12 to 7. I'm like banging on the door at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. You don't want to, you know, they're going to be thinking somebody trying to get them.
Yeah.
Finally, as I'm turning on his road, he calls me back, and I'm like, "Get up, I'm sorry." I was like, "Oh Lord."
I think it's happened to us all.
It does. I'll tell you, 2 hard turkey hunts in a row is rough on me. I mean, 2 in a row, getting up at 3:30, and then I don't know if it's just, you know, the walking, the mental beat down you take from the stupid turkeys. I mean, because, you know, we go out there some mornings and there are goblins everywhere. And you're like, which one do I chase? And then you go out to the same spot the next day or the next weekend and you're like,
They're the devil.
Did Henry kill all my freaking turkeys?
No, they're just being devils. They just sometimes they'll gobble and sometimes they won't.
The worst part of my club though is that 20 acres that's in the middle that ain't mine. That one
that's
person
where the
hunt.
turkeys.
That's where they all. Well, and that was
They
literally
experienced that this year.
every time I would hear them, they would be on the lines like and I know those are clubs and they hunt them too. And I'm not going to go chasing them over there because who knows, number one, it is against the law. And even though we're turkey hunters, we want to. They're like, no, there's a grace yardage, not a grace period. There's grace yardage on how far you can go past the painted trees.
Yeah.
But now that there's too many cameras, too, you got to mask up when you do it.
I got tickled that first morning I went with you and Everly and we was sitting there. And them turkeys been coming to that field every morning. I thought, well, this would be the best thing for her.
Yeah.
And they were gobbling that morning. They just wasn't nothing gobbling real close. And I'm sitting there looking at my Onyx map trying to figure out where this turkey's gobbling. And I pull my Onyx map up and I say, I've got a turkey marked right here where I'm sitting. What the crap is this? I've never been to this place before. So I pull my map and zoom it out.
If only it was true.
This is my hunting club I used to hunt in like 3 or 4 years ago. Me and my cousin and 2 guys he works with leased this property 4 years ago. And I loved the place, and it was all timber then, and now a lot of it's cut. So it turns out that right where I was sitting, I killed a turkey right across the
same field.
Same field.
So that was cool because then it was like he started remembering things and helping, and kind of helping get me.
That's a big part. If you know where you're going, you know where turkeys are going.
Well, this was my first year in this club, and I did deer hunt it, but I'd only go to mainly they'd be like, Tyler, this is a good place here, this is a good place here, and I hadn't really just had the opportunity to find what I thought was, good places. And then George's like, hey, it's pretty windy today. I'd go sit over there close to where that field is. And I'm like, this field right here? He's like, no, this field over here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And
it was one of them that was one kind of close to the property line.
Well, yeah. Well, most of the fields.
Well, we're talking about a huge field.
Yeah, these fields. Yeah, I didn't know it was. I mean, and then I get over there and on our side, and I'm, like, we've got all kinds of potential right here, not just for turkeys, but deer, and not a single person has set foot in this on this part of the property. And I done told them, everybody brings and feels out of their kids and whatnot, out there. So I'm gonna make 2 fields.
It's funny you said that about naming your kids. Like, that's how they done it. They were in the club, and all I done was turkey hunted it with them. And they deer hunted it too. And all the fields were named after their kids. And when they get there, Tyler started spitting these. And I said, "You mean that's still the name of that field?" I'm like, "I know that kid."
Oh yeah, and he's like, there used to be this place, they called the Death Trap. I said, yeah, it's still out. He's like, no. And I was like, yeah, that's where we're going tomorrow. Yeah, he's like, all right, I didn't know that. I was like, yeah. And we got that side view mirrors hanging off this shooting house because there's 4 ways to look at here.
Especially now with it all cut like that.
I'll tell you what would be great. Get those alarms that people put in the driveway. Put on those roads. Oh gosh, that would be good. But I don't know. The deer might hear those. I don't know. But they probably get used to it after a time. But there was a lot of places on the backside back there. Reba, I think that field. I was walking it, and I'm like, yeah, why ain't we, I'd like to chop up some of that and just keep stuff out there because we can, holy crap, we can eat. The turkeys don't have to set on, they don't have to set on the neighbor property. We have even though they clean up most of it, we still have enough to keep them roosting and hanging out with us, that's for sure.
The turkeys are there, ain't no doubt about that.
No doubt. And I'm ready to see, I took Everly to that blind. I told her, I said, she said, I kind of want to set in blind. And I didn't want her to, for the same reason we've talked about it. Not saying anything against anybody that hunts in blind, but it does And for me, I feel like I've done a better job if I sat on a tree stump or brought, in the bushes and kill one. But she said, I think I feel comfortable in the blind. And I said, okay. So we went down there and got everything set up, and she wanted to sit. She wanted us to sit in the same chair. So I'm, all the way back. She's sitting right here, and I got the tripod, and there's one gobbling out front, and there's one gobbling out back. They're both slowly getting closer. You can tell. And she's starting to get nervous, and she's like, "What I do?" I said, "Whichever one gets here first, that's what we're gonna do." And she's like, "Okay." And all of a sudden, I mean, we're just sitting there. And what was it? What's it called?
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure. I just done some soft yelps, and I kept my phone. I think I was like around 10 to 12 minutes, and some gun rattled the blind. Never knew he was there. He hadn't made a gobble all morning, and I didn't have to turn my head. I just flicked my eyes to the left, and he's right here, 6 yards.
He gobbled at 6 yards.
Yeah, so I'm talking about. I thought my heart was like, oh my gosh. And she's like,
what is it? Oh, Dane Redbeard says, it feels like a. So he gets to gobbling, you don't know he's there. It feels like a saber-toothed tiger comes to rip your heart out.
It did. It done something to me. That was probably the closest I've ever had a gobble, in my presence, and I know it definitely was for her. But she said, "What do I do?" I said, "If this bird walks out, you're going to shoot him at 5 yards." It's not. Oh, she's freaking out, and this. I said, "It's gonna be okay." Well, I couldn't. Dad was supposed to go with me this day too. You know my dad? Have you seen him lately?
I've seen him at the ball game, I think.
Okay. He turned me down for a haircut. He's bald. All right. So he didn't make it on this hunt because he had to get the 3 hairs cut. And I was like, all right. But if he would have been with me, I probably would have been jealous, super jealous. But he probably could have been able to turn in that blind because we had the tripod and all in front of us. He probably could have been able to turn because the back door was zipped.
Yeah.
And at least, get the bird walked right behind us and walked the trail that gets to the blind, walked the trail out. And those other 2 turkeys, I sat there for 20 minutes, and those other 2 birds never made it safe.
And probably that bird that gobbled on us that morning at the woods.
Man, I said, we had to go too for another softball game, but we hunted we hunted as late as we could, and I was like, okay. So we're easing down the trail, and she's like, Dad, there he is, right there. And sure enough, he was right there. And my first 2 birds that I shot this year were 60 yards, give or take. And they were pretty open shots, This one wasn't quite as open, plus she was with me. And I don't really know why I went into that, I guess, dad mode or whatever, but I'm like, I want her to love turkey hunting. And if I wound this bird, or something, if I flat out miss, I'll flat out miss. But if she sees it wounded, she may never want to come back again. So I picked up, and I don't even know because I don't think like that usually. Like I just ready. If I pull up, I'm ready to go. And I let him go, and I don't know if he got killed by the because that was the neighbor property is right there beside
right across
where we were at right here. Yeah. So he can definitely get killed by somebody I don't even know. And I won't know it, but on our club, there's 3 people that hunted. I killed 3 off of it. Tim killed 1. And the booger, he got whooped every time.
And he's not here to defend
He
himself,
can't defend
so
Yeah,
we can talk about him.
he did tell me, he said, on that southwest corner, he said, there's a dominant bird over there. I said, oh, yeah? He said, yeah. I said, how? He said, dude, he was in the cutover and he was gobbling and gobbling and gobbling. I said, okay. He said, I sat there for 3 hours. When I got up to leave, I just ran after him. He said, I couldn't see him, but I just ran out through there. I said, you're a freak. He said, I was just letting him know he made me mad. So I wish he had answered the phone because I know we could at least make fun of him. 503 still ain't text me back. He might be dead. I'll ask him if he died right here. But funnest hunt. What state was that in? Georgia?
It's probably one in Alabama. Me and my wife, she shot it. We've been hunting them. There's a few days I got off work early, and the way our lane lies in bow play, I can sit about 600-700 yards from where the turkeys usually come out in the field and just watch what they're doing. And I wait on her to get there. 3 or 4 days I do this. The first day, we're sitting off of a wood line. There's 2 big fields, and then a smaller one in the back. Well, he's in the smaller one in the back, and we're on a fence line between the 2 big ones, about 100 yards off the wood line from the back. He just walks that wood line and goes to the other field, flies over the Christmas. All right. Tomorrow we'll go sit on that wood line, and he's ours.
And he got me dead.
Well, we're sitting there the next day. I've been sitting there that next evening watching him walk into that backfield. We run across through there, get set up on that wood line. And she's sitting a little bit farther out. She can see. She said, "Here he comes." I said, "Oh, get ready." He's walking to us. He gets about 60 yards, cuts out in the field. It was like he knew we was there, just walked the leg around us. Well, the third day, I thought, we'll just go to that gap and sit there. Or it's about a little bit off the gap, and there's a little dip in the field. Well, sitting there, he walks out of that backfield, walks the wood line again this day, goes down in that dip, nothing. But, well, the past 2 days, he's went down to that bottom field and put up roost. I'm mad at this point. Took my mask off and everything. I'm sitting there with the fence line around us. It's like a hedge, about 20, 30 yards away, and just barely see through it. I watched him as far as I could see, just walk bit away from us. I'm sitting there, and she said, "Well, I said, we'll sit here long enough, at least when they get dark, so they don't spook him off." Well, I'm sitting there, I turn and look, and I see him coming back at me. I mean, he's just 10 yards off the wood line coming back our way, and I'm thinking, God. So I said, "You better get ready. I don't know which way he's coming, but he's headed right at us." I said, "I can't see him no more." He comes up out of that gap in the dip, and she shoots him. And I always try to run out there and grab them before they flop, make sure they don't mess their feathers up and everything. This turkey whooped my butt even after we shot him. I football tackled him 3 times. And this one had 1.25 spurs, and I mean, they're getting.
Oh, yeah.
And their blood flying. She said, "Is that your blood or his?" "I don't know. I'll worry about it after."
Oh, God.
And them spurs can do some damage.
Oh, yeah.
They stay sore for a while after you get
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I had a buddy, Jake Dixon. We doubled up in Gallant one morning. He went to grab his bird, and something happened, and it popped him. We was all celebrating, and he took his glove off, and he had a chunk right there, that skin that attaches your thumb in your hand. He had almost a hole all the way through that thing. He was just pouring blood.
Yeah. They get you.
Oh yeah.
I seen I'm gonna talk about Michael Waddell, but while I'm doing that, because everybody hadn't seen, the 37 that Jacobs killed this year.
Yeah.
She said, I told you about what she called it. Yeah. He said, I was talking to my mom and some other people over there, and I said something about Jordan, and my mom said, "Who's Jordan?" And Everly, she said, "He's the Michael Waddell of Alabama turkey hunting."
I wish.
And so it was all because of the almost luck. Heck, he did all the work those 2 days of the use day, and all those birds was right there in our face. So it's only fair for her to think that.
What, 4 gobblers in 2 days, and she had.
Did you go with me to scout the weekend before?
No, that was you and Bug.
Okay, Adam went with me too. I think me, Bug, and Adam went. And I walked up. I never, like I said, been here, so I didn't know where they're roosting, if they're even here. I know they're there somewhere, but I walked down the trail before we get to the first field, which is autumn, and I blowed a goose call. And they hammered it. Like, I don't even know how many. It sounded just like they were everywhere. I was like, oh my gosh. So Everly was with us and Booger, and they were coming. Like I blowed it twice, and they were getting closer both times. And I said, take her and let her just sit up there at the top of that field and let her see them come out in the field. And sure enough, they did. And we could have killed 2 freaking turkeys that day with goose call. And I'm like, what the heck? And they finally, that they just, when they got in the woods, we left. But I literally drove out there. That's as far as I made it. We walked 100 yards and turned around and drove back home.
And that's where we started at.
That's that. You know, I don't know why I even tried to hunt anywhere else. Even though I hear them everywhere down here, I killed the Jake behind the camp, and I killed the big one right there at all of them. But that third one I did kill back on the top, back up there. I mean, the second one. That was a fun one. I ain't talking about it, but it was. I took Brandy's cousin with me, and just the way that those little hills rise, you know, they were close. I mean, I told him, I said, dude, if you can see one, shoot it. I don't have, you know, I'm not here to. I want somebody to kill one, but it don't have to be me.
Yeah, don't let him get away.
Yeah. And he said, there's 4 of them. I said, great. You know, and we followed them and we followed them and followed them. And finally, they started going back up the hill. And he said, I see him. He stood up. He said, oh, crap. And he sat right back down. He said, there's 2 strutting right here. And I was like, shoot it. He said, I can't reach it. I said, okay. So we just sat back down, and I was going to try to go around the bottom and kind of get up in this other little dip, I guess. And finally, I worked them back down, and then 2 freaking deer sneaked up. And I didn't know what was about to happen. And I'm standing up at this point, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Well, there's a hen that snuck in on the bottom that I didn't know about. Well, she starts hunting, letting them know that I was there, because I didn't know. I was like, where the heck is that coming from? Because I can see all 4 of them at this point. And I told him, I said, can you shoot? He said, no. I said, well, they ain't all of them getting away today after all this. And I shot that one, but it was, I think, yeah, like a 7 8s, or it wasn't nothing crazy, but it was, you know,
fun 2-year-olds.
Yeah, no, you know,
Funnest ones to hunt.
man, all 4 of them. I mean, just putting on a show for us, and I really wish Jasper would have killed one. And he said he mowed his yard. But he ain't went to the fall.
He's mowing his yard, but he's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, we was buddies, Booger.
Yeah.
We'd become ballpark dads together.
I mean, golly. How many have you killed this year? 7. One in Georgia, one in Nebraska, one in Kentucky. Which states is funner out of those 3? Was that Nebraska? Those pictures in Nebraska look pretty awesome.
It's 3 days you went out there, you ever one out. These stuff on.
Is it more flat out there?
Oh yeah, you can see the miles. That's what makes it rough. There's out cover, you can see the miles. I mean, around here you can get make a move on. It's completely. I mean, people always talking about how much they gobble out there, everyone on suicide mission and all this. I need to find the ones they're talking about.
Yeah.
That ain't the ones we was hunting.
What is it? Palmettos? Is that what those leaves are? Use that? You was pretty South Georgia when you, I guess, I don't know how far up North Georgia or mid Georgia where they start growing palmettos, but I saw that in that picture. I was like, man, I want to hunt something like that. Which I've made a Facebook friend. He says I've met him one time. It was Avery. Avery and his wife went on a cruise or something and met this couple, and they become friends. And did I tell you about him? Me and Everly started watching Swamp People, the python part where they're catching the pythons. And I was like, does anybody know how I can go catch pythons? And Avery tagged this guy. And I said, is he the real deal? And then he started sending pictures of all these pythons. And I was like, okay. So we get to talking, and he's like, actually, I come up to Avery's one time, and I think I met you. And I said, hey, but I wasn't a lot. You didn't even impress. But He anyways, I kind of might maybe remember, but I've got Alzheimer's. I can't remember nothing. And he said, after we get to talking, I said, turkey hunting's got my heart. He said, oh, turkey's got my heart too. And I was like, huh. I said, we're at in Florida, are you? He's like, I'm close to Naples. I said, got the Mossiolas down there, don't you? He said, oh yeah. He said, so he starts sending me all this stuff to try to get in on hunting that public land down there on them draws. Have you ever been down there?
I got a buddy that done it this year.
Did he make it?
They killed 3 turkeys in 3 days. All 3 of them killed a turkey.
On the draw?
Yeah, to hunt one of the management areas.
Yeah, gosh, that's hard to do. He'd be like, all right, it's up and hunt here, or click this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I was like, okay. And one day I was going to be different. I clicked 4 out of 5, the same sim, or 3 out of 4, I don't remember how many. And I said, hey, I went different on that last one. Maybe throw it off a little bit. He said, which one did you pick? And I told him, he said, you got to listen to me. He said, that whole place burnt to the ground. There ain't even a tree there.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, oh, my bad. I was just trying to throw a little curveball in it, and he's like, no, just from here on out, you listen to me. Do everything I say. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. But he's in paramedic school this year, so he didn't, I think he did hunt like 3 or 4 times. But like one of them was in Kansas. He said, I went to a wedding and we shot a turkey. I was like, all right, I wouldn't mind going to a wedding like that. But he says next year we're gonna kill some Osceolas. So I'm hoping and praying that we get to make that trip happen. And
we just remember your old buddy Jordan.
Yeah, I will start topping up all the same things. Just don't go to that one because it's burnt down. Okay, I mean, it might start growing back some small stuff by now. But yeah, I was like, well, yes, sir. But I told him, he said, I ain't killed no Alabama bird. Your brother's supposed to get me on one. I said, Avery don't even know what a turkey looks like, And
he's a quacker, ain't he?
He's something else.
He quacks them ducks, don't he?
Well, he'll go when somebody else quacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Avery claims he's the best shooter in 3 counties now because he started shooting them all these places that shoot sporting clays. He's moved up to C class.
C class.
We should get him on the phone, maybe.
Yeah.
And I mean, Gavin probably knows.
What do you start at? C class?
Probably. Probably. I don't know what that started. I'm still at that one. See, I'm a delayed shooter now because I like to know that I'm gonna hit it.
Yeah.
So I'll wait. They're like, well, how the heck are you so patient? Like I'll shoot it when it's flew way out there. But then when they throw them rabbits, have y'all ever done that?
Mm-hmm.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got some. They'll throw them clays out on the ground and they'll call them rabbits, and they'll run it. And dude, those are the funnest ones to shoot. I really enjoyed shooting those, but I don't know. I told him, I said, Avery ain't gonna take you turkey hunting because he don't even know how to. He don't even know what a turkey looks like. But
I think we can handle that.
Yeah. I told him. I said, just come on up here. We'll get you on these. Alabama birds are the hardest ones to kill. Even though I've killed like 3 this year. Even though I can't kill 4. I don't know why. But did your wife tag out in Alabama too?
No, she didn't. She only killed 3.
We're on the same level. I wish you'd have brought her. I know you said she ain't up for this kind of stuff.
I almost had her talked into it, and she said, "Is it on video?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "I'm out."
I should have told her a little story.
We said the red light means it ain't working. But
it was a really good season this year. I heard a lot of turkeys gobbling. There was a little stretch there from after the youth hunt. I killed one opening day with Andrew Smith, and then I went to my hunting club a few days later, and one of my buddies killed one. I got to watch him die with him. That was a pretty funny story. I'll tell you that in a minute. And went for about a week solid there, and they didn't gobble. The weather kind of changed.
It got cold one time.
Well, it warmed up there for a little while, and it got back cold. And I think once they got back adjusted to the cooler weather, they just turned on. And I killed that one. We killed one the first morning of the Wounded Warriors hunt, and after that, turkeys just done what they're supposed to up till the end of the season. I mean, I killed 3 in like a week span.
Well, I think I educated mine right there at the last 2 weeks pretty hard, but I was trying to kill that 4th one.
we were at the hunting club, that the bird that my buddy killed. And we'd already walked a ways, and I didn't gobble good the morning. And we went to another spot and just got out the gate and just started walking. We got to a spot and had climbed a pretty good hill. We was sitting there resting. He yelped on a pot call, turkey gobble. Of course, me, I can't hear him. And I said, "You hear that?" There's three of us, me and Hunter. And they both heard it. I said, "I didn't hear it." And we walked on up the road a little bit and yelped to him again, and he gobbled again. I said, "Dang." And we could pin from right there, we could pinpoint it. We've all been in that club for 20 plus years, so we know about every square inch of that place. And we said, "Dang."
Jordan is 60, by the way. That's what turkey hunting.
They were in a clear cut. And I said, it ain't that, it ain't nothing for them to cross. All it was a hardwood bottom and come back up through the pines. And we're standing there trying to figure out what we want to do. And we called to them again. They didn't answer. Stood there, man. I said, "All right, boys." I said, "We're going to get caught with our pants pulled down right here. We need to do something." And we just crossed the little club road and set up on this knob, which wasn't a good setup. We didn't like it, but, as soon as our butts hit the ground, I said, "You hear that?" He said, "Yeah." No, we hear them drumming.
Oh, gosh.
And then right in front of our gun barrels. And they walked from our left to our right and back to our right, and they shut up. Didn't hear them drumming no more, nothing. Well, they got down the swag where we couldn't see them. I guess they crossed the road. We'd sit there about 15 minutes, and one gobble is on our side of the road. I said, "God." And he got where I could see him. I said, "I see him down here." And I'm sitting to his left. He's sitting to my right, and we're kind of almost beside each other. He's a little bit in front of me. And I've got my gun barrel sticking through there. I said, "He's a little too far to shoot." And goes by, and he's just hanging out. And he kind of walks more to our left. Well, the other hunter was back behind us, and I kept trying to tell him, "Get your gun. He's going to come up this draw and come up this. There's just a finger that runs through the woods there." Well, Hunter behind us, he yelled to them when they gobbled and come back towards me and the other hunter. And we're sitting there, and Hunter said, "I hear a turkey drumming." I said, "I see the turkey." I'm looking at the turkey, and Hunter said, "He's right there." Well, I'm still looking at the turkey right there, and all of a sudden, whoa! I jumped. My butt had to come 3 foot off the ground. I said, "What the crap?" And he runs over and grabs the turkey. I said, "That turkey wasn't 25. I said, "I didn't see that turkey." I was looking at the turkey. It was about 45 yards in the bottom, and he shot and scared the living daylights out of me.
Those are always the best.
I think my
Avery did kill you.
I think my ear rang for like 3 days after that.
Y'all said it's on side?
Oh, pretty much, yeah. He shot, he was a little bit in front of me. When he shot it, just because I had my head turned looking, when he shot it, went right by my ear, the sound, and it just scared me to death.
That's like duck hunting with Sambo all those years. If you needed to shoot right now this way, I'd be okay with it. Just because all the times I wasn't ready for it, that I had to get ready for it.
That duck hunt's like that.
There's a few times, I felt the whole repercussion or whatever you want to call it. And I was checking myself as one day. I was like, I messed up some words. And he goes, "Boy," I was like, "I'm pretty sure you just freaking shot me." I don't know where at yet, but it's hurting everywhere. I got TBI from it.
That goes to show that you better mind your surroundings in the turkey woods, because I'm sitting here looking at another turkey, and I made the mistake of all my focus being on that turkey and not minding my surroundings. That turkey he was right to my left. I don't know how I didn't see him, but I didn't. And all I can figure out, there was a blowdown that was right beside me with some vines on it. And I don't know if he come up behind that. I don't know if he was still in that hole where the first turkey had come from or what. But yeah, it was fun.
Well, that was. I did. Adam, I told you about that little 100-acre patch that we tried to go like on Sunday or something that Adam had. And we went out there one morning. He said, "Where you want to go?" I said, I want to go there. And it rained the night before, so it was. Dude, I've got rubber boots, but I'm lazy, I guess. And they're, slip-ons, but instead I put lace on leather boots on. at White Sox, you know.
Yeah. I think I might have gone on to you about that one time, didn't I?
He said,
I'm sitting over there against the tree, and the turkey quit gobbling, and we had heard him gobble a long ways off, and I get up, and I walk over, and, you know, Tyler, he's them long legs of his, and he's sitting there with some Wolverine Durashot boots on and his white socks on. And I said, hey, you might want to fix that problem. What are you talking about? I said, them white socks shining.
Very few times do I wear white socks too. Like right now, I think I got Bigfoot's riding a unicorn on right now, and they're gray. And I had Blaze Classic potato chip socks on yesterday. I always, which those wouldn't have probably been any better, but I mean, of all days to wear white socks, you know, and at least let everybody see them.
Them old timers, a lot of the boots now, the Vibram boots, and they got the yellow.
Yeah,
the yellow
right around the head.
Bottom. They just got on the sole. They got that little yellow Vibrams.
Oh yeah.
I've known guys that they'll paint that. So that turkey will say that.
Well, there was I took him, he took me, and we was out there at this place, and I had two birds gobble. He said we were going, so we'll go to that one. And we went, and it's 100 acres, and it's a chicken farm. So what, 20 acres is gobble. And we're out there soaking wet, and I'll tell you, soaking freaking wet. And all I've done is walk through the hayfield to get to the wooded part. And I sat behind him, probably 15 yards, maybe even that. It might not even been that far, but he hadn't got to kill one yet. And this was the first year he was going to go over if he didn't kill one in quite some time. And this son of a gun is drumming and he's gobbling, and I'm like, I don't know why I can't see it. And I said, "Do you see him?" He said, "Yeah." I seen his head just say, I said, "Well, that's all you need to see." And I said, I said, "Well, where's he at?" And that last time he gobbled, I couldn't see nothing, but I just started pounding on my chest and scratching. Some gun gobbled. I'm talking, and I said, "Kill him." And he said, "I don't know where." I said, "It sounds like he's in my freaking pocket on vibrates, what it sounds like." And he walked up. There's a blow down tree right there in front of us. And he walked up to it, and I reckon he looked over just quick enough to see that there wasn't nobody over there. And when the next time he gobbled, he was 50 more yards that way. I had him gobbling for the next hour, but he was just getting, he was on 2 or 3 property lines. I was like, I called Adam one time. I just started, I went calling this way. I went back that way. I was trying to just mess with him just to see. And I had Onyx, but I was trying to just work this bird, And I said, "Hey, did you hear him gobble?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, where are you at?" I said, "I don't even know at this point. Like I went through 72 briar patches, and he said, "I'm gonna put my phone down and you call and I'll see where you're at, according to where I'm at." And I said, "Okay." He said, "Yeah, I didn't hear anything." I was like, "Okay." And I get to looking, I am a long ways away, and across my property lines, probably 2 counties, get back over there to him. But I was like, I don't know how I got where I was at. I just started basically just trying to make a huge circle on him to see if we could throw him off. But I said, I did hear him gobble, but I ain't going that far. I've already went as far as I want to go today. He said, "What are you going to do now?" I said, "No, I'm ready to go home now." But Adam went over, as far as I know, unless he hit one with his truck. But
it happens,
man. It's at this point, I don't know what I'm gonna do next year. But if I kill 2, 1, 0, I'm gonna be upset. I'd really like to kill 4.
Yeah,
I don't know. I want to kill 4 in Alabama. Like I don't want to
get the best.
I don't want to just kill 2 in Alabama and Osceola in Florida and go somewhere else. Because I do want to go somewhere else. I don't know where yet. But I don't want to just kill 4 total. I want to kill my Alabama one. And did y'all see that they're going to change it
March 20th?
Yeah, I think that's better. Do y'all think that's better?
Yes.
Because they were real hot youth weekend. Yeah. Real hot for us, anyways. Right there.
March 20th, and I think you can use decoys now, which I don't use that much, but There's special occasions where you have to.
Ain't gonna answer again.
I wish they'd change the out of state limit to
One.
one.
I think one.
Yeah, most states that's how it is.
Yeah.
Was that who posted that the other day that makes the calls?
Larry Smith.
Larry, yeah. I want
Yeah.
I want to do that too. Booger's the worst friend we've got.
You're trying to call
He's
me in.
mowing as he's sick, and he's not gonna answer the phone call, So anyways. Well, anything standing out that we forgot to say?
It was just a good season. I was thankful to have another successful season and blessed and just glad the good Lord let me spend another year in the turkey woods.
Do we need to give Jacob some marriage advice?
I don't.
I'm talking. What about like?
Well, he ain't got nothing to worry about. His wife likes turkey hunting better than
I
he
know
does.
that, but does she want? Yes.
Oh, I don't. Because kids comes ball, which I love.
Love ball, but
Trade it up for the world, baby.
baseball and
I love
softball.
the turkey,
Do you want me to tell you when baseball and softball is?
I got a buddy. I got a buddy that told me, he laughed at me one day. He said, "Ha ha, your turkey hunt's about to come to the end. Your girl's already playing ball." I said, "I'm not going to follow in your footsteps, man. I'm going to keep hunting. I'm going to make room for both in my life."
Yeah, and that's because I want Dan. Dan's Everly's 8 and Dansby's 9 months old, so I've got like this super age gap here that I'm going to be playing ball for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And
you'll be too old to turkey hunt by the time.
Oh yeah, I plan on being in the nursing home soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sad. I will
be. The last time of the year, I killed my last turkey on Monday morning. I made a trip back to my hunting club to hunt with one of my hunter buddies, Hunter Johns. Man, I killed the turkey. I was supposed to stay down there Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, but I killed on Monday and was done. So I come on home and I had a group of buddies that was camping at Chocolate at Coleman Lake. I said, I'm gonna go home and go hunt with them. That was the worst mistake I've made all year.
Didn't have no luck.
We heard some turkeys gobble and they shut up. And when we got back to the truck that day, it was 1 o'clock. After 1 o'clock, cutoff's 1. We got back a little after 1 to the truck, and my phone said we had walked 8.5 miles, and we dropped off this mountain, not no rolling hill of Alabama, but a mountain in the forest of Chocolate somewhere. I don't know where. And it was so bad when we was going down, we was catching ourselves, sliding down and catching ourselves. Well, we're not going back up there. We're going to find another way back around. Whatever. We would have been better off going back up that mountain.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like I was back in the jungles of Vietnam because we were in.
And this man was there. He fought in the war.
Yeah, whatever. We ended up I guess one of the storms had come through a year or so before, and we were going through this jungle. It was pulling your gun off, pulling your vest off, climbing over a tree, blow down trees, going under blow down trees, climbing over 2 and jumping off.
So you was in Hell Week and
I kept I said some cuss words I probably shouldn't have said, and I didn't like none of them guys at the time. And we finally got that, and finally Eric Moore said, "I don't know about you boys, but I'm going up this hill right here. I'm done with this." I said, "I'm right behind you." We climbed up that hill and we went from the jungles of Vietnam to the napalm jungles of Vietnam. It was a fresh burn. There wasn't nothing but them old twigs. We just fighting our way to them twigs. And we finally got to the road and made our walk. And once we got back to the road, it was still about 2.5 mile walk back to the truck. And I got to the truck and I was hurting so bad. I barely made it home. I was hurting so bad. I had to go to ball practice. And I barely made it through that. And I'm not that was middle of April toward, I can't remember when I tagged out, but I'm still hurting from that.
Oh gosh,
I think I've done something in my back and my hips hurt.
Well, what about climbing some of that? Luckily, we didn't really have to, but out there in the club,
there's some pretty good hills there too.
Jasper, he's in the Air Force. Brandy's cousin that went with me. And he said, "Dude," I said, "Wait, I'm surprised the military ain't trying to buy this land." I said, "What?" He said, "I go off for 2 weeks every year
That's what
He said, he said, I'm having like deja vu right now. I swear this is where they bring us and make us do all our missions and stuff.
It's rough, and I'm a fat boy too. You know, it's rough on me.
One of those trails during deer season, one of those hills or mountains or whatever, I climbed it up the rough side and get up there and found a place to put my camera. And I was like, we'll go where the deer are, you know.
Yeah, I don't do that.
And I go and I tell old Ben, I said, this is where I put my camera at. He says, you go that road on the backside. I said, what? He said, there's a trail. Yeah, we used to have a greenfield up there and everything.
I think I know where you're
talking about. You're freaking lying. He said, no, dude, there's a road on the backside of that.
Yeah.
I can drive my mule all the way up to where my camera was at. I was like, all right, that's good.
I believe I know where you're talking about.
But I hope they redo some of them roads. You can't.
They're pretty rough.
Man,
they're pretty rough.
The buggy didn't do good. The mule screamed a little bit. I know if I don't have something, I'm not going to make it. Like I have to.
You ain't going to drive a truck down some of them roads.
You know, that was one day.
These right here get you up on. That's about it.
I got them Kittle D legs.
Yeah, but you got them long
legs. The Kittle D legs. You see where they are? They're in a little gravel parking lot running around. That's because they can't handle that hard stuff. What was your favorite on it?
I told you a minute ago.
With your wife? What about just for you though? I mean, one you killed. Georgia, wasn't it?
Georgia was pretty fun. I got there about, it was a 5-hour drive. I got there about 4 o'clock on Friday evening. And my wife's nephew's birthday party was at 1 o'clock the next day. I went. But
where was the birthday party at?
Yes. So I sat down that evening, and there was a bunch of hens, like 15 or 20 hens out in the field. And I'm thinking, man, there's got to be a gobbler somewhere around here. There's got to be a gobbler. I'm in a field this week, like knee high, maybe thigh high. I mean, you can just see their heads pop up every once. Finally, I see a fan up over a hill pop up. All right, there he is. So I watch him all the way to dark. He walks up to me about 5 yards from dark. I'm going to be in the morning. Go in there next morning, get in there early. I'm going to try and get in there tight with him. I get an hour before the first light. I'm in there. He gobbles right at first light.
How close was he?
About 70 yards. But he's down in towards the corner of the field, and I'm thinking he's going to walk out of that same corner he walked into last night. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting there kind of facing that corner. I'm looking down this. Well, I mean, it wasn't very long after daylight. First of all, my wife said, how you going to make it to this birthday party?
I'm wondering this too. You knew that this birthday party was it.
I was a bad guy until for a while. I made it back to the birthday party. I said, it's doable. That's all I said. I said, it's doable. Well, I'm looking at it. This turkey's out in the middle of the field walking right at me. I still don't know how he got there. I'm thinking, it's about 50 yards. I'll let him get to about 30 to do the little swing issue. Yeah. I get out there and killed him at like 7:20 Georgia time, which is 6:20 Alabama time. So, I mean,
You're okay.
I'm okay still. I'm skinning him. Well, that's the one I cut off and skinned him, and his breast was, I mean, it was green. I cut a bunch of number 5, number 6, 11, and he's infected already.
So somebody done tatered him a little bit.
Yeah, so I didn't have to worry about skinning him after that. Get his sand and stuff. But I made it back. I think the birthday party, I killed him then, I left. The birthday party would have been at 1 o'clock, and I think I pulled in at like 12:58. I said to my wife, I said, I told you it was doable.
So, she knows how turkey hunting goes, obviously.
Yeah.
You know that there's a birthday party at 1 o'clock. You still drive 5 hours on a Friday, knowing that you can only hunt 2 hours on a Saturday, basically. And it worked. I mean, 2 minutes is spare. That's a veteran. Yeah, I don't know any other thing to say about it other than that man right there.
You gotta love it.
You
gotta love it. And a lot of people think we're idiots.
He walked in with plan A, and he walked out with plan A success. You know what? I mean, somebody told me the other day, they said, I read it or something. I don't read much. Usually when I'm in the bathroom or something, that's about the only time I read. But they said, there ain't no plan B. I'm going to make plan A work. Right. You know? And so I'm going to take that story. I'm going to use that because
a lot of people don't understand us turkey hunters. You know, we are a different breed, and like I get so mad at these deer hunters, and all I do is deer hunt. And they're good deer hunters. Now, ain't nothing wrong with deer. I deer hunt some, and they're like, man, I see these turkeys all the time. They walk right up my deer stand. Yeah, they're not the same in the spring. They're different.
Yeah.
The devil takes control of them starting March the 15th and don't let go of them until after the summer. I don't care, and it gets on my skin. I'm like, I just go.
Oh, dude. Well, you saw that one picture I posted where I was just looked like was it Jack Nicholson, where he's like losing everything on the Joker when he was playing the Joker. I felt like him, like those turkeys are just beating me down, and I'm like, it don't even make sense because every time I had not necessarily a bad hunt, but just get whooped, I tell Brandy, I said, I ain't coming back. And it's like you call Adam call or Booger, yeah, I think I'll probably go out. I'm gonna leave a little earlier in the morning. Like 8 minutes ago, I hate this. I think I'm gonna get here a little bit earlier. I got a plan, And but I know, did you get to hunt with Christian any this year?
I didn't. This was the first year, and I can't remember how many years he said he's not killed a turkey. He had a dog problem again. And I don't think he got to hunt as much as he would like to. So he was a little down and out this year about it. But I mean, a lot of my buddies I feel like it was a really good turkey season.
I had a great time.
The majority of my buddies tagged out this year. And,
do you know Rodney Smith from Albertville? Worked at Bub. He's retired now. Do you know him?
I don't know if I know him.
Well, he's in that club. I think I tried to tell you where it was at, somewhere other side of the center. And he took me out there, and he said, I said, you ever kill one? And he said, not during turkey season. I said, okay, fair point. So you don't know, there's, like you said, there's a difference, from, just killing one to hunting one. And so we go out there, and he drives it side by side, and I'm just a nervous wreck, because I'm like, okay, cut it off. Cut it off as soon as you can. Just cut it off, let's roll as far as we can or whatever. And I walked probably 200 yards after the first cutoff and got on the bird. And I said, I got one down here. He said, okay, yeah, let's go. Because it was already getting light. Like I was trying to let them do their own thing, and then I had to wake them up, I guess. And he said, well, there's a little trail right through here. I said, well, all right, let's see down through there. And we went, and he said, I ain't never killed one. He said, I ain't never done this. I was like, oh yeah. He said, I'll just go right to him. And I was like, oh Lord. I was like, yeah, you scare them smooth off. Well, we went, and sure enough, I watched him pitch down, but when he pitched down, there was another field down, and that's where he went. Well, I was like, man, there is a green cove down here too. And I was like, well, let's just ease on down through here and just see. He quit. He shut up. Well, we're easing down this road, and I hear him walk. I hear turkeys walking through the woods. And I said, just ease down right here. I said, there's turkeys coming. I don't know what they are, how many or what, but sure enough, I start seeing heads. Oh my gosh. This is about to be great. They walk right in the road. Like here, we walk down the road, and they walk out right in the road. And there's 5 jakes.
Oh.
And I start messing. I said, you gonna shoot one? He's like, no, you can't kill it. I said, no, I've already shot my jake. I've already shot my jake for the year. No, I ain't doing that. And he's like, okay, all right. I said, no, I mean, if you want to shoot one, shoot one. I ain't gonna say nothing. And so I said, well, all right, I'm gonna aggravate them a little bit. So I just started cutting down, and they just dumb. And looking around, didn't gobble, didn't act interested. And they finally just crossed the trail, went on back in the woods, and we stood up. And them some guys walked back right almost to us.
Yeah,
and I'm standing there talking, and I'm like, dude, I'm about to hit this turkey with a rock. He's 20 yards from him. And I'm talking out loud. Nothing. We walked right all the turkeys on the way out. And they just stood there. I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? But
it's like when they just changed their.
Yeah, those they knew. They're like, well, we see you, and you hadn't shot us yet, so I guess that means you're not going to. But we just both was laying down prone, and I said, dude, we're about to freaking kill this turkey. And then I was like, I said, no.
Jake strikes again.
But it was, I couldn't do it. But I did. Y'all can tell me this. If you shoot, you get 4 turkeys. And if you shoot a Jake, you kill 2 Jakes. If you kill 3 gobblers, that equals 4, right?
I don't think it. You just keep thinking what you want to.
I think that's right. So really, I killed 2.5 this year. I got another turkey and a half today that I left hanging out there. Is that not math?
I don't think it works that way. I might be wrong.
I don't know. I'm planning for next year. If that's the case, I may kill several.
I hear you.
But holy smokes, I don't know.
Kentucky ones are pretty fun too.
Which one?
Kentucky. See, I've got a deer list of it, but every year there's a guy that we hunt with it. It's just us, like me, my dad, and that guy. He says every year they'll be there to see Kentucky's youth hunts 2 weeks before they have regular season. He said every year they'll be there on the youth hunt, but they leave every year before regular season. Sure enough, past 2 years I've been up there and not heard a single turkey.
Wow.
So this year I was really debating on
even going,
but I was like, I'd already taken it at that point, so I thought,
might as well.
I'm going. I ain't got nothing to lose. You get there and here's some start gobble. There's like a fence, like corner, and this side over here is not us, but all this up here is. There's some woods up here.
I saw fences in all his pictures.
Gotta get close. But there's 3 gobbling right here in this patch of woods, and then there's one way over here to the left. So I'm thinking, these 3 are gonna come right here and walk down the corner of this fence. So I set up about 40 yards off the corner of that fence. Collins doing. Well, one to the left, and I'm like, he's coming, man. He's on a mission. He's on his way fast. And it's not even 6 o'clock yet. Well, I'm hoping, because the fence line's kind of grown up, I'm hoping he's just going to walk around this corner. I'm left-handed, so the field's to my left. He walks straight across that field. Honestly, I could have shot him if I could have, and he was in another field. That's great.
It's that gray
That
yard.
gray yardage.
I mean,
We got 50 yards on each side.
he walked like 15 yards up to the left. And if he'd have been the only turkey I was hearing, I'd probably try to swing and shoot him. But them other 3 coming at this point, and I can tell they're coming. So I'm thinking, I'll just let him go and let these other 3 come in. And he circles around behind me in the thick stuff. He gets in the thick wood line with me, and I just spin it on the tree, shot him at like 30 yards. And I looked at my phone. Well, after I shot, I turned and looked, and the other 3 flying off like 40 yards. I didn't know they'd come in, so I shot at time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like 6:03, and I'm done. And I drove 5 hours to hunt, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I know all of your pictures was early. I'm like, dude, I suck at turkey.
He killed.
I suck
He
so
killed 6
bad.
turkeys early. He could have some buddies go up there with him.
Yeah, we
a little longer.
I'll tell you what, if we start making a little money on this podcast, I might have to spend it on with Jacob. Hey,
I got all 4 of my turkeys I killed this year. Killed pretty much right off the roost.
I killed 1 in the morning, before 9, and the rest was lunch burn. But I hunted them all. Like I didn't show up at lunch. Brady said, this is where it ended up. Why are you leaving so early? I said, shut up. She said, you're shooting them at 1 o'clock. Why don't you leave at like 10? Yeah.
This was probably the best roast hunt year I've ever had. I mean, I killed the one on up morning. Me and Andrew got on him early and killed him pretty early, and then I killed one. I went with Andrew and another buddy to up in Rimlap, Kobe Dodson. Yeah, you know where Rimlap is?
I know where Rimlap is, yeah.
Out past Aniana, and this turkey, that's a good story behind it. So a week or 2 before that, Andrew and Kobe had been hunting together. Well, they was walking the road on his property and seen a pile of feathers, tail feathers there. Broke off. I guess something got this turkey, but all they seen was the tail feathers. So fast forward to we're there. We got in there super early, and I'm actually taking a little bit of a nap. I'm laying back on my turkey vest, snoozing a little bit, and they're throwing stuff at me, waking me up because I started snoring a little bit. And turkeys start gobbling, so we get in there and we go another ridge over and get set up on him. and it's in this grain field. He's already dished it up. Kobe does a really good job of keeping his property. Like when deer season's over, he comes in there and he bush hogs before the grass gets too tall, and he'll disc it up a couple weeks before the season.
I learned a valuable lesson this year.
Get the fresh dirt in there, and so we're sitting like in this island of wood out here, and it's not the perfect setup, but really we're lower than the turkey, so we've got good cover. There's a tree hanging over. Like I don't think the turkey will be able to see us. Well, this turkey works to us, comes right to us, and Andrew he cuts at him. I said, "No, I can't see him. I can't see him." And Andrew thought I could see him. Turkey stops, and he stood there a minute, looked, and something just looked weird. He walks a little forward, a little closer, and something just looked weird about it. Like he would try to strut, and it's like he just have to, and then go back and come start walking. I'm like, well, he just wanting to get here,
Yeah.
So he gets in range, and Kobe said, I can't. He said, let him get closer. I said, I'm gonna kill him when I can. And I saw him. He's about 25 yards, and we run over there and get him. I just grab his head, and we hold him up, and we put him down. Turkey ain't got no tail fan. He'd been shot like he had 3 feathers and 4 feathers, and the whole middle was gone. It broke off, and a poacher. And they called this dude out on Facebook. It was funny though. Like we put some Snapchats out there about people poaching, and I guess the guy had shot the turkey and strut. That's rule number 1 in turkey. Don't shoot them in strut unless something bad wrong. I mean, and I thought we could figure out, but his whole middle of his pan was blowed out. And then he was trying to go in the strut, and he couldn't have he was strut, but he had the strut with, so it was funny though, but it was just, man, I killed one, me and Eric Moore, we should have doubled up down in the valley one day, and I still don't know what happened there, and I don't think Eric does either, because these turkeys had flew off the roost, like we got close to them, got closer than we really should have. Like when they flew out of the tree, Eric seen them fly out of the tree, and they come right to us. And I was kind of set up to Eric's left, and he was set. There was an old bench that went down, and it was kind of clear out there, and he could see all the way down that bench. And there was some thicker stuff about 15 yards in front of me, but I could shoot through parts of it,
Oh, yeah.
And the turkeys flew down. Eric said, there's 2 of them. I said, oh, let's kill them. And they get up there close. He said, he whispers to him, he said, you shoot first, because, I can see them right now. I said, when you can see them, you shoot them. Well, I could get glimpses of them. And Eric's like, I kept waiting, because the turkeys was coming right to us. And the way they came, that stuff was in my way. So I was sitting there scratching the leaves, and they're coming. They'll stop and blow up for just a second, and here they come. Finally, that first turkey gets where I can shoot him. I shoot him. Eric shoots. That was going to tag. That was my 3rd turkey, and that was going to tag Eric out. Well, first thing we done was hug and high five. I said, man, you're tagged out. We're all happy. We go over there, and there's only 1 turkey laying on the ground. I go over there and pick mine up and hold him by the head, and we're looking like, Eric, where's your turkey at? We didn't see the turkey fly off. Didn't see nothing. It's gone. And all we can figure out was he shot over him, and when he shot, he just picked up and left. There was no feathers on the ground. There was no where he tumbled down the mountain. Nothing. We looked for him.
Did you get a 4th bird, or was that it?
He did. He's going to get on me for telling this, but he missed again. And he's like me. He's real superstitious, but he carries it a little bit further. And he's like, dude, I ain't washed my clothes all year. He ain't gonna wash the luck off of it. Well, he went home. I think he missed that 2nd turkey like a week or so. It may have been the same week. Right. He said, dude, I washed my clothes when I got home today because I missed again. Well, then he ended up getting the permission and some land in Blount County and killed his 4th turkey, and I was pumped for him. But and I killed my 4th in Coosa County with my buddy at my hunting club. And I went up there down there twice this year, and we killed 2 turkeys down there. And our hunting club's getting back like it was in the glory days,
Well, they won't let us burn because those pines are so young, and I don't know how long that's for that process to work back out. But golly, if they let us burn them,
That's I don't know what it is about that area, but like I told you earlier, I hunted it for 2 years and killed several birds on it, and there was just something. I mean, even after they cut all the timber, like there's just something that there's just I wouldn't. There's more birds there than there is anywhere else in the state. I don't know what it is about that spot. It's just
well, see, me and
turkeys there everywhere.
That the last day I got to go when I took her, it was like Tuesday that last week or Wednesday or something. I kept her out of school 2 days. We went watched the Savannah Bananas one day and went turkey hunting the other. But I said, let's go back this way. And I went and rode some roads, and I'm over here. I'm adding people on Facebook right now, but I don't know who they are. But I hope that one day we can be best friends.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm like, there's turkeys in that field. There's turkeys in that field. But it's, that whole little area.
Oh, that whole road is just loaded with turkeys right there.
So I don't, hey, Gene, I don't know if you're listening, but if you don't mind accepting my friend request, that would be great. You've been holding on to it for about 10 months now. But, I did. I almost forgot. Me and Dad never hunted much together. He's never been turkey hunting, but I did get to carry finally after he got his haircut. So he did get to go on his first turkey hunt this year. Our turkeys gobble. He did admit. He said that was pretty cool. Hearing the wild turkeys gobble just for whatever reason, And he did enjoy it. I didn't get a chance to get him back. The earlier the better for him because he starts cutting hay. And
I've watched a lot of guys kill their first turkeys, and you can tell when they kill their first turkey whether or not they're going to be turkey hunters.
Yeah, and I don't know if I ever get him back or not, but I did take my best friend from high school, Adam. He went and he said, I had a great time being with y'all, but I did have a good time hearing those birds. And honestly, when we started, if we would just sat there, the bird on the hill, he worked all the way back to where we started at, and you can't trust them. You never know which way they're gonna go or where a hen's gonna pop up and lead them. But if we can go next year, that's fine. If me and Everly get our first kill together next year, that's great.
Looking forward to it.
Oh gosh, like I'm needing to get my tractor down there, or I want to buy this no crappy lawnmower and just leave down there. That way, the fields get high. I can run back over while I'm there or something. Because man, they grew up this year.
They will.
So I learned that. I'm gonna plant 2 more fields, and really hope that we can kill some predators. We'll all get together and shoot some dogs and cats. And coyotes is what I'm talking about for y'all that's worried about me shooting your neighbor's dogs. But I haven't killed a coyote in 4 years, so I'd really like to kill one again. But that bobcat that Ben Press's Buick, he needs to kill. I guarantee he'd probably just take a tree down and turkeys in and kill them. But I didn't see bobcats in turkey season, which I was really surprised because every time my camera was out, we was getting very regular. We was getting bobcat pictures.
I've never ran into a bobcat turkey hunt. I've seen them. I've killed them out on deer stand, but I've never had a.
I just figured as much as they was being run out and about, I wouldn't have a choice, and I wasn't going to be too mad about it. I didn't really want to ruin a good turkey hunt, but then again, I want to have turkeys too.
That's exactly right.
So that's why I was yelling at Jacob for filming instead of shooting. But he's. Gotta be legal. It's gotta be legal.
That's right.
All turkey hunters are legal.
Yeah, that's what we're all about, man.
We don't do anything wrong.
No.
It's easier for me not to do anything wrong when you paint the trees. Our build fences, I guess. But I'll tell you, when you got to pull your phone out and know where you're at all the time, that does get a little bit of a headache.
Oh yeah.
But I did several times, and I was like, "Yep, I gotta get back over here because I'm on somebody else. Don't know who, but I'm on somebody else right now." And I always, if I didn't see that, I'd turn and start trying to figure out how to get back. Because there was places, like I said, that I'd never set foot on our club, and I was walking, and you get mesmerized looking at, man, why ain't nobody been here? And then you, who knows who's I don't even know where I'm at right now.
The turkeys in the best land's always on the other side. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Always, and that's why I'm gonna build food plots real close to those other sides. I will keep them real. I thought they might sleep on the neighbor property, but they don't eat on my property. So that's gonna be the plan for 2027.
I'm ready for it.
And we're gonna
be here before we know it.
Put beets in the dirt. Can't stop the flop, and thunder chickens are going to die.
Time to start stretching mouth calls again here soon.
I'm ready to see. I mean, I like peer pressure, but I'm always up to try.
I'm gonna work with a guy that supplies my stuff for him. I'm gonna build him some calls to help him out a little bit, starting about June, July. So I'll be busy most of the summer.
Are you gonna try to work on some pot calls this year?
I hope. I said that last year, and we worked a little bit, and we're going to try to figure it out. So hopefully we'll have us a line coming out next year. We got some new mouth yelpers going to come out next year that have killed a lot of turkeys this year.
I don't know why you think it's okay to just use them and then.
Well, we got to test them out this year. We got
killed 30 turkeys all year with these, and we're gonna make us wait till.
We got Deception coming out, and Hammer and Hen, and Mossy Mama, and one or two more. I know Andrew Smith, he goes to and guides up for Hoosier Hills Hunt Company up in Indiana. They killed a lot of turkeys. He runs. I always let him run some of them newer calls because he gets to hunt so much. And, he's a good turkey hunter, and he had a lot of success with them calls. So I'm excited to get them in people's hands this year or this coming year.
This year you went to that Mossy Oak.
The turkey tailgate, yeah, it was.
That was your first time?
Yeah, I sold out, and by 10 o'clock, I was sold out, and I carried 100 calls. So I'm planning on doing that next year, and I've heard rumors that Huntsville is going to have a turkey show at the Von. Is it Von Braun?
Yeah.
Is that Huntsville? The mobile hunters, the tree saddle guys, they're putting on a turkey show there. That's what I've heard. It's going to be a 2 or 3 day show, so I'm hoping I can get a booth to that. So I'm going to be needing some help.
We need to be slowing it down, though. I mean, I need these other people that's wanting to be turkey hunters to not be turkey hunters.
It is a growing sport. Thank you, YouTube, and thank you, COVID, and I'm glad they're in it though. I mean, it just makes the sport grow.
Like you said, this year was great.
Yeah, I mean, it's it helps my business, and used to you didn't run into another turkey hunter. You didn't see them out and about. You didn't see them on town. Now it's like everybody running. Yeah,
I talked to a few people this year. I was like, "I'm turkey hunter." He's like, and I'm like, what?
Well, you got your turkey hunters.
Nowadays, if you hear the you're like, oh, that guy, you can't trust him.
You got your turkey hunters, and you got your turkey hunters. We're gonna go hard at it all year and try to find a couple more states to hunt in. And then you got the guys that's going everywhere to hunt. Then you got the deer hunters that hunt the first week or two of season, and snakes start crawling. I was like, yeah.
Dad's scared of snakes, and we walked up on one his first day with him, and I just reached out there and called it, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna head out. I don't want no part of this.
I don't like them snakes either. They ain't gonna keep me out there."
We didn't see no poisonous ones, but I do try to get rid of them mainly for I don't want Everly to be freaked out or bit, So I'll try to.
Knock on wood, I see more poisonous snakes during bow season than I do during turkey season.
I have to.
I don't know, I see a lot of black snakes and snake, but I can't remember a time I walked up on a poisonous snake during turkey.
I've seen a lot of stories.
I'll probably get bit this coming year, but because of my big mouth. But
I did see a lot of stories where people would prop their gun up, and so somebody showed me that one where they propped their gun up and it was on a baby copperhead.
Oh yeah. And, did you see the one somebody put? I don't know if it was real or not, or if it's AI, but they said the snake come crawling out between his legs.
I don't know about all that.
I don't care what turkey was there.
I don't care what kind of snake it was. If it's that close without me knowing about it. That's why. Are you scared of snakes? I said, I'm not scared of them really, but I like to see them. I like to see them pretty far in advance. I don't want to. I mean, even if it's a chicken snake or whatever rat snake, if it startles me, I'm gonna be upset.
That's
with it,
right.
You know,
I got a pretty funny story about a chicken snake this year. So the day me and my wife doubled in Auburn at her club this year.
my dad called it her club.
Yeah.
At the back of a food plot, there's a tree. There's a trail you walk in to a little creek bottom to. Well, that morning there was 4 turkeys gobbling down in that creek bottom. But it was close to the property line, and like right after the fly down, heard 4 shots, and I'm thinking, they just kill all 4 of them.
Oh my god!
We heard 4 shots, and we didn't hear another gobble after that. So we walked the rest of the property. Well, coming out of that creek bottom, there's a chicken snake at the bottom of this tree, and some thicker stuff. I mean, it's pretty good size. I mean, it's just chicken snake. But my wife's terrified of snakes. We didn't hear nothing, so we leave and go eat lunch, come back. And we're going to go back off in this creek bottom to see if we can hear them. I said, we're standing in this food plot. I said, we better call one time just to make sure they're not like right here. And we're about to bust up in when I call. Sure enough, one gobbles. We're just so happy to be standing beside this tree that the chicken snake crawled into the thick stuff. She said, where are we going to sit? I said, right here's the only option. I mean, he's not very far away. We better sit down.
She said no.
She said, I'm not sitting there. I said, okay, get out of the field and I'm going to sit here and kill him. Well, I finally talked into her sitting down. Well, she's sitting facing towards the field, and I'm behind her, and I'm just poking out behind the tree on video. Well, only one turkey's gobbled at this point. Well, I call the next, and I'm all 4 of them gobbled. I throw the phone down, and I said, all right, let them get out in the field. And you got to let them get in the field, and you shoot yours, and I'll shoot mine running. Well, sure enough, she shot hers. Well, I got on one, and he pitched flying, and I was just going to shoot him flying. Well, I caught another corner around one running across the field, so that's when I got on and killed him.
The snake didn't crawl back out.
I never saw the snake, but I told her, I said, you can either sit down on this tree or get out of here because I'm about to kill this
tree. Right now, it's both of us or one of us. Yeah. Well, shoot. Well, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thank you, Lord, for another
great year, great hunt. Memories, you know, my dad, Everly, bunch, you know, got to hunt with
this
George. First time we got to hunt together, and you know, you got the new nickname for the Alabama Waddell.
No, nowhere near.
Well, you know, if nobody else thinks, Everly's always going to think it. So I'm not going to change her mind. Now, if you want to, you know, screw up and somehow don't let her kill her first bird, you know,
that'll probably happen.
You know, you can do that, but
I screw up a lot more and I'm successful. I know that.
We did a lot of great memories that I hope I don't forget. That's what I really like doing this, just so we can talk about it. And because I'm in 10 years, I'll be like, I don't know, and then go back and listen to this, and like, oh yeah, I do remember that one time that I got a
you might buddies
Jake.
You might buddies that'll last a lifetime doing this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had
people I've met and the friends I have now from Turkey.
I did. He posted one of his pictures, and I said, oh, "Okay, I see you shooting high." That's how you kill. And it was just an old rusted barbed wire fence in the back. And he said, "Don't tell nobody." I said it was safe until right now. Now the whole world knows. I'm sorry. I kept it during turkey season though.
They'll be killing them left and right.
Well, a lot of people just, you know, Oreos is what I hear they like.
Oreos?
Yeah. Sprinkle some Oreos. I'm just kidding. But no, I don't know. I made that up right here on the spot.
So if I'm walking in the hunting club next year and I say Oreos,
the whole pack of Oreos? No, these are for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. But yeah, well, we'll end this with thanks to Sweet Home Custom Calls for the calls and the hats.
Thanks for having me.
And hit Jordan Watts up. He's on Facebook, and he'll be at all these local turkey shows if he can get a booth. And Jacob, he's 6 months. 6 months he's been married now, and they both hunt. So hopefully he can.
Yeah,
I told him don't have kids too soon.
Yeah.
He's 25.
Yeah,
I mean, you can wait till you're 40 like I always did. And then you all up 2 broke down 2 turkey hunt, so it'll be okay to be at the ball fields when you're right.
Yeah.
And then I did. I don't know if we've ever actually met until right now. Have we? Okay. He's like I said. I got 10 years on him, so it's been fun watching him post all his adventures, and I've seen yours oh, you're 37 kills too on Facebook, and here I am just hung up at 3. I'm hoping and praying that one day I can kill 4 in Alabama. They'll change it when they know about, we're gonna kill 3 of them.
Well, then I'll be.
I'll kill 2. Then I'll kill only 2.
I just hope for one every year.
As long, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I just want good hunts.
Good hunts, good memories, and no more Jake Tyler. I'm trying to jump.
Until next year. Until next year,
Almost bought me that bad day to be a Jake shirt that was going around. And she didn't know that Jake's wasn't something, and like she saw I was pissed. Like when I got home, she's like, "Huh?" She's like, "What did I say? I shot a Jake." You know, she's like, "Okay." And then later, once I calmed down, she said, I almost bought you this shirt, but I'm glad I didn't after seeing how mad you guys did that. And I was like, well, I mean, it is what it is, and they're legal, but I just, it's kind of something that I didn't want to do. And anyway, that happens, and I tell everybody, I guess I got excited and sure happy and whatnot. But anyway, I hate that Bug couldn't be here with us today.
I missed you, Bug.
And I hope you get to feeling better as you're mowing the grass. But anyways, thanks to Gavin for being here, hanging out with us here. And he's not a big hunter, but I think he's,
we might have him talk.
He at least
here's a few more of these slides. He might start.
We'll get him in there, and he can. I think he'll be a great cameraman.
Yeah, he's got a good start.
He's got a good start. Well, we got one that don't work, but we'll figure it out. Well, all right. Well, it was great. I had a great time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you watch us on YouTube. And we're still working on the other, what was it?
Spotify.
We're working on Spotify. We had it. We're going to redo it now that we swapped the name.
You said you was going to buy us a new camera to start out next season, right? We're going to start trying to get some of these on film.
Yeah, he's
the one selling all these turkey calls.
He is. He's selling out.
Yeah.
I think he got $100 for being here tonight. I thought he was a sponsor. Did we do this backwards? Oh my gosh. I wish I was Jordan Watts right now. But anyway, had a great time filming, doing episode 11 here, Legends, Lies, and Liberty. Hope there wasn't too many lies told, but I'm sure, Jordan had to tell.
I told a couple. I'll tell you that.
Well, all right. Well, don't be, what was my saying? Don't do anything illegal, immoral, unethical, or just plain stupid. Y'all have a good time, and thanks for tuning in.